It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for Season 11 of The Walking Dead. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at something that was teased at in the Season 11C trailer for The Walking Dead. Now, this goes back to a lot of the theories that fans had when it comes to what they could do with Sebastian in the TV adaptation, stories that they could potentially remix from what it was in the comic book, that had Dwight, Rick, Sebastian, and Pamela at the center of it. And that theory is that we're gonna see Negan versus Sebastian in the TV adaptation, which is quite interesting. Now, there were some teases at that based on what was in the trailer, so we're gonna take a look at that. So stay tuned, we'll be right back to break it all down. Alright, as always, before we dive into it, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right into it. Now, I'm not gonna go through the comic story because there could be people here that have not read the comics and don't want to know anything about it. If you read the comics, you know exactly what we're talking about. So I'm gonna leave out the spoilers from the comic book, but I'm gonna do my best to kind of refer to some moments from the comic in a way that comic readers understand, but it wouldn't be a spoiler for non-comic readers. So with that said, let's get right into it. It all starts with this scene of Negan and Maggie that was in the trailer. Negan tells Maggie, none of us are gonna be safe as long as she is still breathing. Now, when I first saw this and when I did my breakdown, I thought they were talking about Leah. Don't ask why. I completely forgot that Leah's actually dead. That's how underwhelming and insignificant that story was. I totally forgot about it. And I was dealing with a lot of stuff this weekend, so my mind wasn't in the right place. But anyway, obviously, he's not talking about Leah like I mentioned. Who is he talking about? Is he potentially talking about Pamela? As long as Pamela is breathing, it definitely matches Negan's motivation and some of the stuff that he's been doing in the past. He had the same mentality when it comes to the Whispers. That's why he went at Alpha first and foremost. So I think he has the same mentality when it comes to the Commonwealth, and he feels the only way to deal with this crew is to take care of the leader, to get rid of the leader. Just like Maggie tried to do to get rid of the Reapers, just like Negan did when it comes to the Whispers, and sort of like what even Daryl was trying to do with the Reapers, to take care of them from the inside. So I think Negan has the same mentality here, that they're not safe as long as this leader's in place, and they need to do something to get rid of her, but they need to be smart about it, and they need to basically execute the same recipe that they've been doing all along for the last few enemies that they've encountered in the past. Now, you may be asking, what does this have to do with Sebastian? Well, keep Pamela and everything we talked about in mind. We'll come back to it in a little bit. But there was another scene in the trailer where Sebastian asks someone, do you know who I am? And he sounds pretty mad, and obviously he has this superior mentality like he's always had when we've seen him. Now, one thing to keep in mind, we don't know where he is. He could be at his home, or he could be somewhere else, like a jail cell, which sort of matches the comic story to an extent. Now, obviously that's speculation because we can't see it. There's nothing there, no telltale sign to help us understand where he could potentially be. So either he's being confronted by someone while sleeping, like someone broke into his home, or he's potentially in a jail cell and he's being visited by someone. Now, who could he be visited by? None other than the man of the hour himself, Negan. Now, why do I say that? Well, in the trailer, there's another part where Negan says, do you know who I am? Which is obviously in response to what Sebastian said, even though these two scenes are not directly back to back in the trailer to give it away. it appears that that's exactly what it is. It looks like Negan visited Sebastian in the middle of the night, and he's there to mentally torture him and try to get what he wants. Now, to circle things back around to Pamela, what we could be seeing is for Negan to be able to deal with the Pamela situation, he thinks that the only way that it could work is to go through Sebastian first, which means Negan is gonna go after and try to use Sebastian to his advantage. Now, there was another part in the trailer where we actually see Pamela screaming with blood on her face. I think this is the exact scene from the comics where Sebastian attacks someone. I'm not going to dive into it, obviously, like I said, because of spoilers and everything. This scene is potentially a scene that's going to involve Sebastian attacking one of the survivors because of what Negan does to push him over the edge. I could be wrong, but everything is pointing towards that. Now, there was another scene in the trailer, a scene where we have Negan with a rock in hand beating the absolute shit out of someone. Who could he be killing here? If he's killing them, which is very likely, it could be Sebastian. And it could be after the scene with Sebastian attacking the survivors. But that's pretty much everything I wanted to share in this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.